Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a queer fat club.
Welcome to Liberty Tonight,
Okay, thank you.
the only pro-liberty late-night variety show. hosted by Brian Piotr, and starring King Libertarian. Special guests, hilarious commentary, skits, gags, and more fun are just ahead. And here's Brian.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Liberty Tonight. I am your host, Brian Piotr, coming to you live from the beautiful state of Kentucky, only a few miles away from Thomas Massey's congressional district. And if we are lucky, the whole state of Kentucky will be his district soon. Put it up for Senator Massey, everybody. We have a wonderful show ahead for you. I identify as a fat person. I believe that pints are the single serving size of ice cream, and that every single person has a fat person inside of them. So the real problem is letting that inner fat child out. So just don't do that. That's all you got to do to be thin. So anyways, great show. We got King on the beach. He went through, because of your donations last time, he went to the Gulf of America, asked people questions, got them on camera, produced some great content for you, and Fruit Loops. It used to be that you'd get in trouble if you didn't bake the cake. Well, now, not only will you get in trouble if you don't bake the cake, but you're not allowed to use the really bright colors anymore. Those are now going to be illegal, and that's the real problem. So to tell us more about this and every other thing that we need to believe, we need to take a moment and go hear from our sovereign, the king of all libertarians, who without the king, we would not know what to think, and we would not know what we're supposed to say. So please take a moment. Let's hear from the king of all libertarians.
Hear ye, hear ye. I'm King Libertarian, benevolent dictator of libertarianism, slayer of statists, hater of bureaucrats, lover of Doge, and all-around badass monarch. Now silence, peasants. Your king is speaking. I'm King Libertarian, and I see a whole army of my countrymen in defiance of tyranny. You come here to fight as free men, and free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight? Fight against the food dye bans? No, we run and we live. I fight, and he may hit you with a car and bury your carcass in Central Park. Run, and you'll enjoy your colorless food, at least for a little while. And dying in your beds many years from now, you'd be willing to trade all those days from all this day, that for one chance, for just one chance to come back here and tell the food police that you may take our dyes, but you'll never take our freedom. The king has spoken. Now back to Squire Brian.
Oh man. I feel fired up, but you know how that movie ends, right? We get drawn and quartered. That's
getting flayed. Yeah.
Oh,
flayed
man.
for food dyes.
I'm not down. And also, if you give me poison before I'm drawn and quartered, I'm gonna swallow it like a little girly man. I'm not feeling the pain for no reason. So
just a capsule of red food dye just to poison you like a pill of arsenic.
Just like that. All right. Okay. Quest Fanning is here. $2 is looking forward to the beach segment. Yes, sir. It's some good content. I'm really excited about it. I also see Barney Styles, Kermode Pierre, Bruiser55. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. Let us know, is the video quality up a level? I got nice fiber internet now, which should mean that everything's looking way crisper. It's crisper. It's amazing. I'm gonna weave here, and it's gonna be incredible.
I've been staring at myself in the stream, and I am quite beautiful. So I think you're right. What do you say, chat? Are we more clear and coming in more brightly for you?
And if you're in China, please just tell us about your crypto scheme and why we need to invest, please. Or India. India, tell us about our bobs. We all love our bobs. Welcome, Fiery Waco. You can see every crack and pore in my skin. Oh, thank you so much. I exfoliate
Woo.
just for you.
Yeah.
But hey, let's set the mood for the evening. This is Liberty Tonight, where Liberty never sleeps. Proudly sponsored by the ForLibertyShop.com. I just want you to know that we're going hard for you. We're gonna go hard for you tonight, guys.
So hard. I'm so hard for you right now. Yeah.
Okay. So RFK's got some food dye issues to fix. Overall, I'm not too worried about it. I can have a cake with some slightly less bright colors and still have my poison.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. We can put some methylene blue and everything. Man, going hard in the local tavern. We need a wind flute. we need a recorder in here. I think to make this even more annoying.
C.S. Ondergoth is saying Bob's and Vagine. I don't know what vagine is. Vagine. Yeah, that's vagine.
Yeah, Fiery. Yeah, you and I were in the same thing. A lute, a flute, a lute. I don't know.
A lute, a flute.
What do you think, Brian? Food dyes. Are they Boston this morning? If you caught me on the Wake Up America show, Austin was in quite a fuss about this. His Fruit Loops being taken from him, and he doubted the veracity of the claim that they're poisonous. From your engineering background and your expertise as an egghead, would you like to rebut that?
Yeah, here's the rebuttal, and that is there's so much stuff that we are putting in our bodies that adding, like, I don't see a reason to take a poison lottery ticket over and over and over and over and over and over and hope that I never like hit the negative lotto, right? So putting like I heard that we're eating like a credit card's worth of plastic every month. There's no reason to microwave your food in a plastic plate. There's no reason to dye your food colors with petrochemicals. Sure, it's possible that any single one thing isn't going to hurt you, but I think the problem is when you do 1,000 things for 30 years, you don't know why you got the cancer that killed you quickly, or maybe it's a 1 in 100 chance that you're going to get cancer that kills you quickly. How about we just skip it, right? Like, we know that this was made from oil that we pulled out of the ground. Let's not put it in our bodies.
Yeah. You got the chemicals in the food, you got the chemicals in the water, you're spraying chemtrails all over us, you got the electromagnetic radiation. I told you that 5G was lowering sperm count for depopulation across the world. Yes.
Dude, now, that's like the level of woo-woo, the level of like, I don't know if I'm there yet, okay? People who sleep in Faraday cages and get all their Wi-Fi, like make sure there's no Wi-Fi signal in their house. The EMF people, like, I am willing to believe that like less EMF is better, probably, right? Like, but I'm not ready to have a Faraday cage in my bedroom yet. I might get there, right? Like, you might get me there. I'm just not there yet.
What do you think, Chad? Is the 5G cooking our balls? Should we take cell phones out of our life? Is the EMF? Are we EMF there? Are we at that level of conspiracy? But this is a conspiracy corner. What?
I should probably take the cell phone out of my front pockets. That's about the first step. Step 0. Walking around all day with my cell phone in my front pocket. It's probably a bad idea. But I've already got 4 kids. If I screw this up, I've already got 4. So
take my cell phone off my balls often. All right, good to know, Fiery Waco. He or she or it or they them is going to be blessed with many children.
There.
Speaking of people who have weird children,
I scaled you down just a little bit. I feel like that's better. You're a smaller person than me. There we go. I can make it even smaller, guys. Does this make you more comfortable?
he was being distracted by how large of a monster I am.
Your
on the
mug
screen.
isn't really that much bigger than my face. Commode Bear was commenting on my X account. I'm now living out in the country next to my neighbors have a ton of goats and chickens, and I wake up to the sound of roosters, the sound of a cock making loud crows, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm a big country boy now. I'm gonna need to work on the accent.
Yeah.
Goats.
You gotta get that Appalachian inbred country accent going.
Yeah. So, what is it about goats that you like? Are these to be eaten or to be milked, or just to have in the backyard? Because why not?
They're self-propelled lawnmowers, I think, for the most part. But
I would rather
have
goats than have to personally mow my yard every week. Because
that's what they do.
Yeah, I can do that just for that. Garrett,
I've tried goat milk. I can't, but I'm sure you enjoy it.
where are you on the conspiracy corner of regular old cow milk?
Or versus raw.
Oh well, or A1C or any of the things. Will you drink raw milk?
I haven't before. I'd be open to it. I don't consume a lot of liquid dairy. Like I have grass-fed creamer, half and half, and that's the only liquid dairy that I consume.
I don't really have any dairy either, but we bought pet milk. They call it pet milk because it's not pasteurized. But I love the libertarian in me loves that. It's like we're skirting around some laws, and whenever I skirt around some laws, I get a little excited. You know, like,
see, you country folks, you get excited about skirting the laws around raw milk. I, as a degenerate but also benevolent dictator, we skirt around marijuana laws by having Delta 9 and HHC. So, we all get our kicks by sticking it to the feds.
Mm-hmm. Sticking it to the feds, the county, the city, anything and everything. I am all
Stick
for
it in
it.
Everybody.
Yeah, speaking of, okay, so King,
speaking of sticking it in people,
you went viral. I want to cover the fact that you went viral here, and let everybody just take this GIF that we've all seen a million times of Trump pointing at him. No.
So in the context of some news that occurred, Kanye spots his cousin at a family gathering. I'm not going to go into the details of the context of this.
Oh, why not? Why not? Go into the details.
Okay. All right. We're going to go there. We're going to
go there.
All right. Kanye West, the famous rapper, billionaire.
Famous Nazi.
Famous Nazi. Yeah. Famous white man. He identifies as a white man. That's also true.
Yeah. Why not?
He said on X that he would perform fellatio on his cousin when he was 14 and his cousin was 6. And that is my very, very opportunistic and pedophile joke. So there you go. And 1 million people saw it and 17,000 people liked it. So I guess it was the right move to make a pedo joke.
Yeah, if you're gonna make $20 on a pedo joke, I hope you can donate $10 to that to like a build the wall fund or something to stop pedos.
Yeah, I'll put it into the bucket to go. What's his name? The pedo hunter. That big ginger.
Alex Rosenstein.
Maybe I'll subscribe to him on X.
Alex Rosen. I'm sure he's not as.
What do you guys think? Did you enjoy my meme, chat? Did it go too far? Did it not go far enough? I don't know.
I think it went far. I think you did the right thing, going viral with the Trump thing.
That's the
That
art of it. Just
that
go
tr-
far enough.
that Trump
But
that
there
Trump
wasn't a lot of
gif,
negative reaction. Most people were like, "That's fucked up," but it's funny. I know I didn't get much like, So that was actually great.
that Trump gif is famous for years and years, and it's supposed to be like, who's gay, who's special, who's like whatever. You just
Yeah.
you are.
Uh,
So before we go into the next segment, let's just cover the food dye once and done. Once and done. Maha means make America healthy. We all covered the fact that we're not going to do the food dye. But let's just hear the thing.
To meet with a few food companies, I was talking with my staff about these petroleum-based dyes, and I said if they want to add petroleum, if they want to eat petroleum, they ought to add it themselves at home. But they shouldn't be feeding it to the rest of us. And
yeah.
without our knowledge or consent.
Right there. Boom. That's the key. That's the key to I also went viral again. I went libertarian viral, 30,000 views, but I essentially said that the libertarian reaction to this, your first thing you say is, well, companies should be able to sell petroleum in food, isn't the optics we want, and that's why we don't win. People obviously assumed I meant that I agreed with the government banning them. I don't.
Oh,
but
dude,
what is the libertarian
100,
solution
100%.
in the current
This
dynamic we're in now?
Dude, the libertarians, I'm not even talking about parties, but like the libertarians are like flies to a bug zapper for the worst issues. They're like, minor attracted people should be allowed to do it if it's legal, and like the government, like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, stay away from certain issues where you're unpopular. Let's focus on the issues where our ideas are popular, so that we can actually win, so we can actually accomplish some of them.
And RFK said it right there. And that what makes it libertarian, he said, without people's proper knowledge and consent. Putting it at the bottom of a label on the back in small print in a word that nobody knows what it means or what it does. There's not a warning label. It needs to look like a cigarette container if it's got those chemicals in it. These chemicals in high doses in mice have been shown to cause cancer, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, they had made them put it on that saccharin crap. The pink little, I remember that when you were a kid, those pink packets, they had like, this causes cancer in mice.
Dude, seriously,
I didn't eat it because I saw that.
I mean, seriously though, here's the rule that everybody needs to follow, and that is, if you don't know what the ingredient is, like you couldn't pick it out if it was raw, like you don't know what it is, don't eat it.
Right.
It could be safe, it could be dangerous, but if you don't know what it is, just don't eat it. And you'll, like, you can't basically eat anything in an American store anymore. It's there's a reason why carnivore diet works so well for people, and it's because you replace all the crap and poison with just beef, and people get healthy. And it's not necessarily, beef isn't like a wonder food, it just is food. So you replace Doritos and Twinkies and, dude, whatever comes out of a can, which, like, I don't like cans. Cans.
The tism's coming out, folks. Hold on to your seats. The tism's coming.
So cans are aluminum, right? But aluminum is poisonous. So we line the inside of cans with plastic. So you drink plastic, and they can say BPA free. They can say safe plastic, but it doesn't stop the fact that you're drinking plastic liner. So any tiny amounts of plastic going in your body, and there's actually a plus to mercury or lead, and that is, we can get it out of your body with treatment. The negatives to plastic is, like, there's no treatment that can get plastic out of your body. You're just gonna have blood. Actually, like, you can call it a treatment or not. Like, you could actually, like, donate blood, and the amount of plastic in your blood is now out of your body, but that's not a treatment. Like, there's not there's not like a
Just
medicine.
we're going back to like medieval bloodletting. Get the plastic out. Just make me bleed every day for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's only a tiny fraction because anything that ends up in your cells or in your brain or anything is not coming out.
There's no dialysis machine that you could run your blood through that can get it out.
There is something called EBO2, which is an ozone treatment and has a filter. But once again, it's only filtering out stuff that's in your blood. It pulls blood out of one arm and pops it in the other. So you're limited to only filtering your blood. So if it's in your brain or your muscles or your cells or fat cells, your host. It's there forever.
Gotcha.
There's no current treatment that can take plastic out of your body.
But yeah, to wrap up the point on this, on the libertarian take on this, when I was on with Austin this morning on the Wake Up America show, 7 to 9 in the morning Central on Liberty Net.
What a great show
for Liberty Network. The last thing he was like, I was saying the labeling and everything like that. But my point is that we can say we don't like poison being in food and we don't agree with it. However, here's the libertarian answer to it in lieu of the government being the monopoly on the force behind this. Like, that's how you can get the libertarian message across, but you got to be freaking empathetic first. People don't care if you don't connect with them, and that's what I was trying to say. But, the read continues.
Yeah, Bruce is bringing up an important point, which is breast implants. Breast implants...
Yes.
Are also poisonous.
Yeah.
So they're fake and they're poisonous. So you don't want anything to do with those. Long-term COVID, long-term all sorts of issues, breast implants cause issues just like everything, like lots of other toxic things. But that brings us to our first segment of the evening, which is the top 10.
Liberty Tonight. Top 10 list.
All right. What's the right music for this one? Funky?
Let's go. Top 10. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight for the top 10. It is top 10 reasons you got mistakenly deported to El Salvador. All right. I'll kick it off here with number 10. Buying your jewelry exclusively from a pawn shop may have sent the wrong message to police. Yes, the rapper chains and pinky rings maybe was a tip-off to the cops.
Top 10 reasons you accidentally got deported to El Salvador. El Salvador? El Salvador?
El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Hey, he's already Kentuckian. Go on.
You claimed an OnlyFans model as a dependent on your taxes. Don't do that. Only claim real dependents.
I mean, you probably spent too much money on them, so why not claim them? All right. Top 10 reasons you got deported to El Salvador. Number 8, wearing It's Not Gay If It's a TSA t-shirt through airport security. Yeah. They may be mad at you for that.
Reason number 7. I saw you jump into a car in front of a Home Depot, but it was just an Uber.
I swear. All right, number 6. You're way too into spicy Latinas. I may end up in that maximum security prison, guys.
Okay,
stop whipping and go.
Number 5, your terrible bared wire tattoo has morphed into
barbed.
Well, you forgot how to say barbed.
There you go. Try again. Number 5.
Your terrible barbed wire tattoo has morphed into a fuzzy version of a gang tattoo.
Who knew that terrible trend would land you up in maximum security prison? All right, top 10 reasons you mistakenly got deported to El Salvador. Number 4, you run away anytime you see the police. Anytime. Just, yeah.
As one does. Does.
Yes.
Okay, number 3, you called out cyber... You called out...
Shit.
You called out...
There. Hold on. Try it again. Number 3.
You cyberbullied Pam Bondi about the Epstein files. As one does. Where are they?
Libertarians,
where are they,
that's one of those issues that they are like anytime you bring up anything good about Trump, it's like Epstein files. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know what Israel did to keep you from releasing him, but we all know what's on him. We all know.
Yeah. A lot of Steens and a lot of Steins. All right. Number 2, top 10 reasons you got mistakenly deported to El Salvador. You got a good base tan in way too early. Yeah. It's good, though. Yeah. Good to get it in early.
Base tan is necessary to succeed at life. Okay. Number 1, Bukele slide into your DMs and you left him on red.
Oh, you don't disrespect Bukele. He'll get you. He'll get you designated as a terrorist if you ghost him.
You just have to say no Spanish and not like don't ghost him. Just say like no español, guys. He'd be like
no quiero Bukele.
Like, but this was English. Lo sientos.
De nada.
That was top 10. Let us know. Was this good? Was this a waste of your time? You want to see it again next week? And we're moving on. We are moving on.
More headlines, and then we got some other stuff coming up.
Okay, so before we get too deep into this next clip, I want to ask you the first question, and that is, what's Bill Maher? Bill Maher. Is he legit, or is he making a fake pivot or an acting? Like, he seems to be going slightly right of center. I don't know. It's like, how real is he? How real is what he's doing?
I think he's a type of guy that we all know that the most important thing for him is to be perceived as being cool and being like the guy at the party, like the cool guy, like the guy everybody likes. So I think a lot of it is, but he's also extremely intelligent. And even though he has bad takes, he has a very good handle on the environment and what people are thinking. So I think he's cunning, he's clever, he's clearly very intelligent. He just had TDS, and he was able to kind of like through COVID and other things be like, take a second look at this. So I think he's had one foot out of that pool for a long time. He just hasn't shown it until this point. But yeah, he knows which way the wind's blowing. Like, he knows how crazy people he used to be friends with now seem. It like if you are a genuine person at all to any degree, you will see this.
I do think it's more like along the lines of like the Mark Zuckerberg change of like wind's blowing that way. I don't want to get destroyed, so let's just go with the crowd. Like, he's not a thought leader. But,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Here, everybody here, tell me what you think of this clip.
As you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world.
Comedians have the most power.
Anything except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. So
I would like to volunteer some ideas here. I think that we could put everyone on boats, send them to Europe, do an exchange with Russia, UK, France, all over the world. We send the people left of center from America to Canada, to Germany. We don't need to share a country together. Like, let the borders be porous, but with the right ideologies.
Thank you. So meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me.
Dude, it's so awesome that Trump signed it.
Things like Stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy.
They're all
fired like a
egomaniacs
dog.
too,
His show
and
is
he
dead.
would go after them. So yeah,
Sixty,
they have bruised
I brought
egos.
this to the White House
It took a
because
long
I
time to
wanted
get over
him
that.
to sign it, which he did.
Yeah, Trump's such a baller.
Yeah,
Good job, Trump. That was the right thing to do.
I think too. What's part of the TDS is that people that have TDS assume he's an idiot, like the Jasmine Crockett, Crock Pocket, whatever lady. That plays into it too. Good job.
It was incredible. Thank you for coming, Bill Mayer.
Bill Mayer, John Mayer, all the mayors. There's a horse. It's a mayor. Bring them all in. See my beautiful new flagpoles paid for by the Trump administration. Because there was one tiny, small flag on top of the White House. You could barely see it. I love the flag. I love the flag, and it loves me. It gives me warmth. 2 huge flagpoles, giant car dealership-sized American flags. No car dealership is going to have a bigger flag than the United States. Yeah, he did that.
You can get a plumber to your house in the middle of the night within an hour. But if you go to the ER, you could wait 6 hours. Why? The federal government never tried to make plumbing affordable and accessible. You can buy an 85-inch television for $1,000, but a dialysis machine costs $30,000. Why? The federal government never tried to make televisions affordable and accessible. You can get LASIK surgery done for $1,500 because it's not covered by Medicare or Medicaid, because it's elective. But if you get a major surgery, it could cost you $100,000. Why? The federal government never tried to make LASIK affordable and accessible. Socialism is killing every industry it touches.
And this man just articulated with empathy and relevancy a libertarian philosophy that made you want to listen and not claw your eyes out and ears out.
Yes.
From the reaction to an autism fit. All right, that is how you message libertarianism in a way that's natural and empathetic and connects with people. Not let them put food poison in the food. Who are you to tell them what to do? Like, come on, guys.
Are you saying
that's how you do it?
Are you saying that like wearing a rainbow mask and saying that we should be nice and separate for Thanksgiving, that's not the right way to do it? And become the presidential candidate?
No, and 90% of your campaign stops are at gay pride parades. Not what we're looking for. No.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that the Libertarian Party, though, is pretty dead. It's pretty dead. With Angela McArdle stepping away to do something else, I think there's absolutely nothing going on there anymore. Welcome to the Republican Party, everybody with a brain. Thank you so much. Quest Fanning is saying certificate of need is a racket. Yes, it is. Fiery Waco saying support all certificates of need. Oh, we got a little fight in the chat.
Yeah, what is this certificates of needs conference? What does that even mean? What's going on? I do not know.
Sounds like a health insurance related thing. But yeah, I don't really know.
Okay, yeah. So we've got dueling Rumble rants here. Whoever has the most Rumble rants is right. I don't know any side of this issue, but I'll decide it based on that.
Okay, we got one more headline coming up before we go to King on the Beach, where the king of all libertarians went to go see his people, the serfs.
Serfs on the surf.
Driving a vehicle. He pulled into the town's only McDonald's and talked with an 8-year-old boy still behind the wheel.
What are you doing? And he said, me and my sister really wanted a cheeseburger.
The boy had stood on his tiptoes to get the keys and took his 4-year-old sister with him on the food run. Patrolman Kohler still had some questions.
So then I asked him how he learned how to drive, and he said he looked up YouTube videos on how to drive.
The child started on East Martin Street, made one right turn, and went through 4 intersections. He didn't hit a thing. Even obeyed every traffic signal, stopping for red lights and waiting until they turned green.
No victim, no crime.
The entire route
This kid's
was
a
a mile and a
libertarian.
half.
Screw your driver's license laws. If his kid can operate it safely, no victim, no crime.
This is why McDonald's is so addictive, and we gotta stop them.
This kid was so addicted to the chemicals in McDonald's, he stole this vehicle and drove it down the street to. This kid was out of his mind on psychotropics as well.
That's why I'm going to outlaw all McDonald's.
We have Dirty Harry and RFK Jr. here for you on the show. So yeah, Clint Eastwood and RFK Jr. here with you. You would make you could probably do a good Eastwood.
I don't know.
You've got the head.
I don't know what this is called. I just know the sound it makes when I deep fry it.
What do you say? Make my day. Here.
What do you say? Large French fries with the McFlurry.
You got the teeth. You got the teeth for it.
Dude, there's so many posts on X of the Snow White chick.
Yes.
Making.
Did anyone go see Snow White in the chat? Did anyone go see Snow White?
I already
Hopefully
know the
not.
answer.
Hopefully you didn't pay. Hopefully you went on LimeWire and downloaded somebody who had a handy cam inside of the theater. Good old fashioned bootlegging. But we are here, Liberty Tonight. Where freedom never sleeps. We're about to go to King on the Beach, and then we got Conspiracy Corner coming up. Be or not be the participation sport here on the show, and then we're going to wrap up the show with Culture Couch, American the Beautiful, and Liberal Freakouts, and we got a lot of fun along the way. So yes, I went to the beach, but first,
I ain't
got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
Oh man, that's what we're talking about. That's good old-fashioned fun right there.
Yeah, AI is changing the world for the better, but something real happened. That is, the king went in real life to see his people, which we don't have an intro for today. But that's definitely something we definitely need. Here,
absolutely.
Let me.
Are you pulling? Do I need to fill time here?
No, I'm just gonna take our ugly mugs off of this. Boom.
Bye-bye. We are out here on the first King of the Beach segment for the Liberty Tonight show. We are here, the beautiful Gulf of America, the beach here in the Panhandle of Florida. I'm asking people some questions about life, about liberty, and about Jesus. Let's do it. What do we got here? You look like a mermaid. I love it. She looks like a mermaid, everybody. Very beautiful. We're here in the Gulf. Here we are. We finally made it. The Gulf of America. Feels good. I have plunged into the Gulf of America. I'm a true American now. When you're looking out at the vastness of everything, and you just realize I am a god on this earth, and there's nothing some pencil-necked bureaucrat is ever going to say to change that. Woo! Look at this view. That is what I'm talking about. King of the Beach, that's right. 2 questions. All right. You want to? Yeah, let's go. Go ahead. We're here with the what family? Richard's family on the Gulf of America. This is the first summer that this is the Gulf of America. How do we feel about that, family? How do we feel about this being now the Gulf of America? Mom?
Love it. I love it.
Dad, what do you think?
Long time coming.
Long time coming. Why is that? Is our greatness too much to handle that we just needed to have this named after ourselves?
Absolutely not. It's just where it borders.
He's a very practical man, people. Very practical. And daughter, What do you think about Gulf of America?
I hate that it's named the Gulf of America
You like the Gulf of Mexico? Why?
because it just sounds wrong.
King on the beach. He called it. He called it. King on the beach. He knew who I was right away. You know, that nice family. This reminds me that you can have a mother and a father that agree, and the children, they stray, but eventually they will realize what true greatness is, and that's a Gulf of America. That's right. I'm a sovereign, guys, so I am the master of the universe and a god on earth, so we're here with who and who.
My name is Mana, bro. I'm from Hawaii, bro. You already know. Yes, sir.
Noel from New York.
All right, Hawaii and New York. We're out here. We're out here on the Gulf of America. This will be the first summer that this is known as the Gulf of America. So what do you guys think about that? As a good move, bad move? What do you think?
Man, to be honest, with me, bro, I don't care. As long as there's waves, bro. As long as I can catch some waves, I'm chilling, bro. Like, for real.
I don't even give a fuck, bro.
So it does not matter to these fine fellas as long as there's hot ladies and large waves. That's what they're all thinking about. Well, I appreciate you guys. Anything you want to shout out to the world? This is Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. We're on Thursdays, 9 to 11 Central on Rumble.com. Anything you guys want to say to my fan base?
Man, shout out 42, 42nd Copper Lane. Oh, you already know.
Yeah, spread love. Don't compare yourself. Have fun.
Thank you, guys. Life lessons from New York and Hawaii. Spread love. Spread enjoyment. But you can spread laughter and glee by pointing out the hypocritical weaknesses of others. And nobody has more hypocritical weaknesses than government officials. So I think that's really, at the end of the day, what they were trying to say. Is to be nice, but you can still bully politicians. It's okay. Some good old-fashioned piss right here. That's Gulf of America right there. Alrighty, we are back here on King on the Beach segments. We're here with who?
Dez.
Dez where?
Dez from Navarre, Florida.
Okay, local. Jerry, all right. Well, this is King on the Beach, where I'm asking some questions, kind of like Man on the Street, but I'm a king and I'm on the beach. So, you guys being locals, like long-time locals, like grew up here, born and raised?
Originally from California, but I don't claim it anymore. I only claim Florida.
All right, I think this interview is going to go well, but we'll see. How about you?
Originally from Texas. Military brought us both out here, so here we are.
All right, great. This is the first summer that this beautiful body of water behind us is going to be called the Gulf of America. What do you think about that?
I love it.
Why?
Go Trump!
America, all right.
I don't think it deserves any better name.
What about you, sir?
I mean, the majority of it is on the coast of America, so why not call it the Gulf of America, right?
Yeah, I mean, take back the Panama Canal. Let's take Greenland, Gulf of America. That's all the thing left. Well, this is also Easter weekend, so we have to think of Jesus, right? And if Jesus did not raise 3 days, but 2025 in 3 days, and woke up today, what do you think he would be? Would he like firebombing Teslas? Would he like what's going on in this country, or what would Jesus say right now if he woke up today?
I think he would be disappointed in what's going on in America, and he would try to correct it. But I also believe that everything happens for a reason, and all of those people that are doing those terrible things, it's gonna come back at them.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I know her, and she definitely is. So what about you, sir? Jesus comes back. He wakes up, and he's got an iPhone in his hand, and he sees burning Teslas. What does he say?
We're gonna get better as a nation. We're gonna come together. Praise Jesus, and happy Easters.
All righty. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. You guys look like you've been here all day, so go get some rest. And yeah, thank you so much. It's a beautiful day on the Gulf of America.
All right. Thank you, King, for going out to see your people. It's really important that the serfs get to see their royalty. not
Yes.
just pay their tariffs and go about their business knowing that you're out and about somewhere above them.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a real person. You've got real feelings, and your donations and your Rumble rants, they go to a real cause, which is, I don't know, whatever you spend your money on.
I go abouts and I rule over people. I was at the beach as you saw me, and people were shouting out to me, "King, King, King of the beach." That's how I was being swarmed. It was crazy. So I was out amongst the people. I did not go under the cover of night like Jasmine in Aladdin. I was very out there with the people, and they accepted me as their sovereign on the spot. So it was great. However, there was a funny story on the way to where I was filming. I didn't have my stuff set up yet. There was an old man that was living in a van, ironically enough, or coincidentally enough. And I was walking past, and he goes, "Trump's the only king in America." And I just instinctually went like, "Yeah," and he was like, "No." He was like a pissed off TDS liberal. He's like, "No, that's not good." I said, I'm out here interviewing people." He's like, "No, you're not gonna want to hear me." And he slammed his door shut and told me to go away. So I wish I would have gotten on the camera, but yeah, it was good. It was a good first day out there, and people were really great and loved to see their king.
Dude, that it's crazy how people, liberals and Republicans and everyone in between, letting out rage at strangers is such a bold move. Like, the risk is like that person strapped pulls out their gun and shoots you. Like, what a
He caught
lottery!
somebody on
What a
the
lottery!
worst day.
There's another lottery I don't want to play. Right? Like, some
Are
people.
you sure I just didn't have the worst day of my life and I have nothing left to lose right now?
Yeah,
Are you
right?
sure you want to take that guess that I literally just decided that I'm gonna die and I'm gonna take anybody with me?
Yeah,
and
you don't
get
know.
in my face
Yeah.
about some dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get road rage at a complete stranger, right? Like, this could be my last day on Earth if you're just just the wrong day for the wrong guy at the wrong time, right? Especially with cars, they could be packing right here, right next to their driver's door. They just pull it out and boom, right? Like, especially in Kentucky or Florida or anywhere in the South, you don't want to play that game. So, like,
Yeah.
whenever somebody does a road rage with me, there's this Karen in a nice luxury car, got all up next to me in the car because she thought I cut her off. Maybe I did. Fine, I don't care. But let's play this game. You want to die, buddy? Like,
Yeah.
dude, lady, just chill out. Chill out, man. Get cut off.
Yeah.
It's okay to get
You
cut
have
off.
no idea who's in front of you or behind you. You don't know what type of medication they're on.
No,
You don't know
dude.
their criminal history. You don't know their mental state.
They just had some candy with red dye 40 in it.
Yeah, and so they're all hopped up on petroleum-based amphetamines, and yeah,
They went
they're
to-
just bouncing off the walls.
They went to the florist and asked them to make them a bouquet of flowers, and then went to the cake shop and asked them to bake them a cake to celebrate their gay wedding. And the guy was like, "I can make you the cake, but I can't make the rainbows on the wedding cake anymore. That's illegal." So now
RFK banned gay.
yeah,
Wouldn't that be-
that's secretly
wouldn't
what
it
he
be
did.
Interesting though, if all
No
those
more
colors
rainbows.
are what's making you gay in the first place.
Probably.
The flag is causing the gayness, not the other way around.
It's you're eating the rainbow, and that was the problem. you're not meant to taste the rainbow. So you're Senator Ron Johnson. Moving on. Conspiracy corny.
Conspiracy corner.
Conspiracy corner.
We're going into a new segment, so we got to introduce it. But first, let's talk about
Hey, make
Liberty
me a
Tonight
segment.
or the shop or anything like that. Who we are and social media and what we got coming up.
Make me a conspiracy corner intro. I'll use it.
I know. I'm working on it.
What would you like to know?
But yeah,
September
we got
11th?
Conspiracy
The
Corner
official
coming up. But first, we're on the For Liberty Network that has
Oh, yeah.
AP
Here's some promo.
in the morning. AP in the morning. 7 to 9 every morning, weekday morning for the Wake Up America show. We got Daniela Pentek Tuesdays and Thursdays, right before our show, 7 to 9 Central. And we're the For Liberty Network every Thursday. We've had a really good crowd here in Rumble. Our numbers are higher than normal, so thank you all the new folks for jumping in. If you're new here, hit that follow button below where it says "Bake the cake without the dye." Hit that thumbs up button. Come in the chat, say hello, and if you're feeling real spicy and you want to pay tribute to your king, throw a Rumble rant in there. We do this. Do it for you.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say like on X, it says we have 1,954 views. If you're not a bot, I don't know what the actual number of not bots are on these views. The only way I'll know that you're real is you come to rumble.com/liberty tonight and you type something into the chat. I want you to come insult me, compliment me, and then tell me something about your life, Come and show me that you're a real human being and not AI and not a Chinese bot, You're not a bot farm. You're real. You're a real person. I won't know that unless you come talk to me. And come make friends in the chat. We have complete weirdos. We have really cool people. We have everything in between. It's the full rainbow in the chat of really cool really cool dudes to really big weirdos and
full rainbow and no artificial dyes in there.
Yeah. Just methylene blue. Just methylene blue. It's an artificial blue dye. We definitely chugged that on the show. Totally different.
So methylene blue isn't petroleum derived, I assume.
I think it is actually.
Oh.
No, but
why is this one good?
Well, this one's good because it happens to be an electron donor. And it's not a plastic or petroleum product in a tradition like a plastic is. But because it's an electron donor,
disruptors.
Because it's an electron donor, when you have mitochondrial dysfunction, you have metabolic issues, you can actually use methylene blue to help donate electrons, and that helps short circuit to create ATP. So methylene blue plus red light equals extra energy in your body. And so if you got any kind of mitochondrial diseases,
stuff it all in there.
It'll help you out.
Give me more. I would need it.
Fiery Waco says, why was Brian looking at me when he said weirdos? Here, 1 second. You know.
I wish you had a zoom. Just zoom right in.
You know. You know.
Oh, man.
Okay, Conspiracy Corner.
Conspiracy Corner. I have to make up an intro. I have to sing it on the spot until we make one. It's where we are in a corner talking about conspiracies that are truly real. We go here. Conspiracy Corner. Go.
Engineers other than the ones that had the corrupt investigation inside NIST.
What happened
that would
to
say
Building
that
7,
thing didn't
guys?
come down in any other way than a controlled demolition. I mean, you
This is a
just look at
senator.
that. You talk about molten steel. Again,
Not a
you
great
listen
one.
to the documentary Bravo 7. There's an awful lot of questions. Who ordered the removal and then destruction of all that evidence? Totally contrary to any other firefighting investigation procedures. I mean, who ordered that? Who was in charge? I think there's some basic information. Where's all the documentation from the NIST investigation? There are a host of questions that I want, and I will be asking, quite honestly, now that my eyes have been opened up. I've talked.
This is the wrong sound. Let me think.
Yeah. Before I decided to be more nice, I used to say that whether you believe 9/11 was an inside job or not was like a litmus test to having a higher level of logic. And you can just throw that out there, and you'll get people on both sides who think that they're right and are like, yeah. So Brian, the aeronautics engineer, the mega mind of this show. What is your take? Just yes or no? Was 9/11 an inside job? Were those buildings taken down with explosives?
Dude, define inside.
Well, let's just say, let's put that aside. Was the official story real? Did the planes cause the towers to collapse in on themselves at free fall speed?
So, the two big towers that we all saw fall, the harder conspiracy to believe is that those were destroyed with explosives, and they may have been. And I'd say like I lean a little bit more towards yes. But the one thing you like, let's skip that conversation and just talk about Building 7. There's this very tall skyscraper next to the buildings that gets hit by airplanes called Building 7. It's World Trade Center building. It doesn't get touched.
2 planes, 3 towers.
Yeah. This one doesn't get hit by any planes, and it falls down just like you've seen videos of every other building getting destroyed by explosives.
Yeah, it buckles in the center beam and then collapses in on itself at near free fall speed.
So
meaning Brian,
somebody
in
did
layman's
that.
Terms,
Somebody
in layman's
did that.
terms, the reason people think there was explosives is because of the rate of the fall. Because you're think of the physics of something falling on something that's already below it. It's like if you fell down a tree with a bunch of branches, like you're not just gonna fall straight through. There's resistance for the things that you're falling on top of. So the only way to explain that is if that material that's below is being removed as it's coming down. So that's why you see those boom, 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 boom. That's why they do demolitions down, because they take that center piece that's on top and then they basically slam it down by removing the bricks underneath it, right?
And okay, there's a lot. Like there's a lot to the 9/11 story. So the plane that hit the Pentagon. There's no pieces of the plane, and it hits the part of the Pentagon that was under construction and had nobody in it.
And it was holding vital records for the CIA and NSA.
So if say they had put explosives and blew up that part of the Pentagon, we wouldn't know. Like it's a possibility. It's also possible that a plane hit it. Whatever. Saudi Arabia is responsible for all of it, and so we invade. Say it with me, guys. Afghanistan and Iraq. Yeah. So
because of some yellow cake, you know what yellow cake can do? Aluminum tubes. You know what you can do with aluminum tubes.
And I would like to weave. Permission to weave.
Go. Permission granted.
Quest Fanning has said that he really likes our whiskey barrel aged coffee.
Oh.
I do want to point out that on the FordLibertyShop.com we have a coffee which is very unique. It's a wonderful, unique flavor, and I have multiple friends and supporters subscribing to this coffee every month. And I think that if you aren't one of those people, you might like it. So please support the show and try this very unique, interesting coffee. And I hope that you fall in love with it, because I don't really need any kind of stalkers personally. But instead of stalking me, you could really get into my coffee. And that's kind of the same thing, except more acceptable in today's society. Now, the king, I think he totally would love some stalkers. Yeah. Totally just figure out where he lives, find his Google address. Be like that guy who's like, picture of him at the beach. Now you're going to triangulate exactly what GPS coordinates it's going to be.
Oh, I'm sure some incel is already triangulated my position and is ready to dox me at any moment. I have 2 bodyguards that are with me. One's name is Sig and the other's name is Mossberg. So just so you know.
Okay, so let's weave back. Who is responsible for 9/11?
So to wrap it back into the story, yes. So the Building 7, that's the smoking gun, right? Like, and this is Congress and it's congressional, like it's out there. And Ron says this elsewhere is that after 9/11 within Washington, it was like a known thing that this was done. So to answer, so the smoking gun is 7. You can't explain it any other way. So if that's true, then all the other conspiracies about 9/11 are probably true. So it's a domino effect. All these things are going to come out. But I think it was a conglomerate of intelligence agencies. It was a multinational intelligence operation. So Saudi intelligence, Israeli intelligence, Mossad, CIA, probably MI5, MI6. Yeah, they were probably all the Five Eyes. They were all probably involved.
I lean more towards the smaller the group, the more likely the scenario. of like a dozen people at the CIA. Like, I don't see why it couldn't be a small group inside. But I don't know. Well, I hope we find out. We just got $5 from CS on Goworth. You got to tell me how to say your name, man. I can't do that again. Love
Let's
the
call him
show.
Growth.
First time watching Donald Rumsfeld had a press conference on September 10th about the Pentagon being unable to account for $2 trillion in funds. Yeah, the original Doge effort was immediately quashed. So
yeah, that's true. I've seen that before. Yeah, the next
And-
day they were like,
just the whole Doge not touching the Pentagon thing is still another big red flag. And Elon saying that he's going to go away and that he's over it. This, to me, here's me reading the tea leaves. He got told no, and he was over it. Like, what I think happened is Elon was like, oh, dude, there's so much fraud here. And Trump was like, yeah, you're not going to touch the Pentagon fraud because they kill people. And Elon's
Right.
like, oh, okay. I'm going back to Tesla. That was nice. That was
Yeah.
fun.
yeah. I know that you like to say that there's like a lot of incompetency in things in government. They can't really do anything well, and for the most part, for the 99% of the experience that we have of government, it is just lazy bureaucrats that are administering the state.
Yeah.
But I do think there is a 1% of highly capable, highly intelligent, and like they do grab the greatest people in this nation coming out of these schools, the ones that really deserve to be an Ivy League, the ones that like are legitimately the top 1% of people. They go after them and they recruit them. They like identify these people and they bring them in and they compartmentalize them and they brainwash them onto the system, or they cut them in and they know it's all a scam, but they're part of the scam and they're getting off paid off. So I as part of what Trump is doing, and that's why the Israel thing is they're never going to part on that, because Trump going in, there's a large part of this power mechanism that they're trying to remove. Let's just say it's 70% of the people need to go, and there was this 30% that was kind of a small competitive group of oligarchs or whatever. He can't make enemies out of everybody. Like, he can't take everyone on at once. He's already making devastating moves to the globalist order. But in the Chinese dominance and the power and transfer of wealth over to China as part of the deindustrialization of the United States through one-sided trade agreements, and that's what the tariffs are meant to try to fix. But people that I say this on my X account, like, we got to give this guy time, like, and he's not going to get a lot of this stuff done in the first administration. This is going to have to be a generational, multi-year Congress and presidency thing to unwind this monolith that's been building up over the past 70 years.
As long as I don't go to war with Iran, as long as I can just avoid another war in the Middle East, can we all please just agree, like, you can have some graft and I'll let some people get rich and not go to jail, but we're not going to do a war? Can we make a deal like that? Like, let's meet in the middle. Like, let's cut out the graft over here, and like the Pelosi's go to jail, and like we actually get to do some things, but also like we'll leave you alone, you'll make some money, and we don't have a war. Let's make a deal.
Yeah.
And then whatever the deals really are, Trump gets high on deals. I feel like he just wants there to be a deal with whoever's making them, and if he gets in and negotiating, like that's his. I think he's enjoying that more than anything else.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care about fiscal conservatism or gun rights or anything that he said on the campaign trail. He wants to be popular, right?
At the end of this.
Yeah. He just wants to be popular. And I appreciate him. I appreciate Trump completely. But I admit that like maybe we're not getting what we wanted about the majority of things.
What's already been accomplished, I couldn't ask for. I couldn't ask for more. If this is the only thing that they get done,
I make this post on X regularly for everybody who follows me. My username's at the bottom here. I post a picture of the gas prices. And the gas price today I paid was like $2.48 a gallon. This is all I vote. Like, if this is all I get, it's a win. Like, my
Yeah.
family gets
Yeah, it's
to travel
260 right
around
here.
cheaper. This is a
Yeah.
win. So my bar is super duper low, and I'm happy with everything that we've accomplished so far.
And I'm pretty sure the Ukraine war will come to an end soon. Yeah, free Ross, Ukraine war. That was my
Mhm.
two things. So
And cheap gas.
we'll run out of two, and I think we're gonna get two very soon. And hey, and they took out the entire NGO pedo network funding through USAID. A lot of that was going into these NGOs and these intelligence operations to brainwash everybody and pit each other against
Seriously,
each other.
where $200 billion have been saved by Doge. You know, there's real fraud that's been cut out, and that's year over year not coming back. Now, we might send all that money somewhere else, but hey, we have it wasn't nothing, right? They've been successful
Yeah.
at something, just not as
Yeah, and check this out. In 2022, USAID issued $25 million in grants to the Tide Center, which then allocated $26 million to Black Lives Matter. So
Yeah, exactly. That's
USAID
gone.
money was flowing to BLM and these other types of organizations.
And if the election integrity executive orders can be successful, we will end vote by mail in California, Colorado, these blue states. If we can end vote by mail in these blue states, huge red wave is coming, because let's face it, being able to turn in 100% of your voter base out of colleges and universities, people who may or may not live there anymore, that's a big deal. That's Congress, that's Senate seats, that's governorships. So that's secretly the most important thing that's going on right now. Like,
yeah.
If we could stop vote by mail, there would be more than 60 Republican senators next time around.
We're into another conspiracy here that wasn't on the list, but we're here.
We're here.
Voter fraud. 2020 election was fake.
100%. But I mean, like, these ballots can be real. They're just not with real people behind them. And once they're mailed, there's no way to know ever again, right? Like,
yeah,
they have envelopes with signatures that have no connection. So once you like pull the ballot out of the envelope, the ballots all look the same, and you can no longer ID it to anything. You could mix them up. You could pull out 100,000 of them and put in 100,000 that you printed. You'd have no way to check. There'd be no way to know. We need get rid of vote by mail. Get ID in person.
That's it.
I ain't got a good brain.
You should make that one of your sound effects.
Oh man, I'm gonna download this video right now.
I ain't got a good brain.
There's your is it Snow White or Sleeping Beauty? Which I don't know.
Snow White.
One. Snow White. All right.
Right?
Whatever.
Let me know if I'm wrong, chat. I don't really care. I got a good brain.
What do we got left in Conspiracy Corner?
Oh, we got something. We got it. Okay, so Jeff Bezos sent up his bozos and his space. And so okay, let's see who I can let me explain this to men. When you're poor, you want a wife who doesn't spend more money than you make.
Right.
When you're like above middle class, your wife doesn't have to work. When you're rich, your wife runs a nonprofit. And when you're Jeff Bezos rich, she gets to do like a charity to space.
Right.
So that's what she did. But
yeah, people were saying it was fake. People were saying it was fake. Like the videos of them inside, the way they were floating around was weird. Their hair was weird, but I was like, it's probably got a bunch of hairspray in it, so maybe that's what hairspray hair looks like in space. And then they came back down, and then like they slammed into the ground. Like they really smacked the ground, and like there was no like screams or anything. They were just like cheering the entire time as they came down, and then they hit. And then Jeff Bezos the hatch opens up on its own, and then somebody comes up there and closes it, and then Jeff Bezos comes up with a little like wrench and then like fake turns it over. I don't know. There was a lot of weird things. It was very like moon landing-y kind of, conspiracies going on. Do you think it was faked, Brian? And the capsule was like perfectly fine.
I'd say that I don't really care, but there's no reason why it couldn't have been real, because it's a suborbital rocket. It goes so much slower. Those things can be so safe. Like there's literally like no chance that it blows up. So I wouldn't like.
And they were barely getting into space and just essentially coming right back down.
You just go
They were
straight
just
up
like
and back
shot
down.
up straight, and then they just fell back down.
It's one of this. So I don't see any reason to fake it. Like there's nothing engineering or difficult about it or reason I can come up with. So why not do it for real? I don't get it.
It's fun to think about, though. It would be funny if it was.
Quest Fanning is pulling out Jeff Bezos' ex-wife married a gym teacher. Do you know the story behind that?
No.
So like the majority of billionaire women on the list of billionaire women are ex-wives.
Right.
That's true for Mackenzie Bezos as well.
Right.
So she became one of the richest people in the world overnight by divorcing her husband, and she married gold digger. She got remarried to a gym teacher, and it didn't work out, and they got divorced, and she lost billions.
He got half of her shit.
Well, he got a bunch of money. I don't know the numbers, but guess what? Gold digging can happen to both sexes.
That's equality. That's real gender equality right there, ladies.
And honestly, Mackenzie Bezos did not gold dig Jeff Bezos, right? She married him when he was poor, and she put in the
when
time.
He was spray painting Amazon on his wall in his garage. Yeah, I think she deserved it.
Yeah, she earned half of everything. But then turns out you can get gold digged by a gym teacher, and that you're not safe just because you're a woman, and you think it's for love.
It wasn't even her trainer; it was a gym teacher. Jeez.
I think we should do a deep dive into this next time and come up with all the real facts of this most important story from a year or two ago. Oh man. You put up a link for an Instagram thing for the next thing.
You don't have it?
You got to be 18 or older to see the profile.
Do you have Instagram? Do you need to sign in?
No. Oh look, it's got your password.
Oh.
We're doing this live on show of me trying to log in with your username and password.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Liberty Tonight. It didn't work. This is Liberty Tonight, guys. We are professionals. And we are going to become even better because of support from listeners like you.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm going to move on from the Instagram one.
All right. That's fine. It was funny, but maybe next time.
Over the course of 10 minutes from 27 AR-15s, each equipped with bump stocks, but that would have required him to drop a gun for another after each 30-round mag was empty and then reload each of the 27 ARs at least 4 times over. That's even despite the fact videos from survivors show a non-stop stream of bullets at a fire rate much higher than that of a bump stock AR-15 and resembling more of a fire rate similar to that of an M240 light machine gun. And investigative photos of Paddock's hotel room where he shot from only show 50 spent shells. And what about once when the FBI took over the investigation, Paddock's house somehow burnt down and destroyed all the evidence, and years later America's mass shooting is still ruled to have no motive. And even after Paddock's brother went on air claiming nothing made sense, the following day he was arrested for possessing several hundred terabytes of child porn on a 20-year-old computer running on Windows 95. It all doesn't make any sense. And this is according to the FBI?
Nothing. Nothing. What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
Dude,
also, very strange story.
The
there.
Vegas shooter, I don't understand. Like, I don't believe the story, and I agree with that guy's, like, all the facts. They do not line up. But I don't understand why it happened. Like, Was there like a VIP in the crowd that they were trying to kill, and just the rest of it is collateral damage? I have no idea.
I think something went wrong. I think Paddock was a backup patsy, that there was a primary patsy that maybe didn't work out, that I think they were trying to trigger some type of race conflict, because it was a country music concert in Las Vegas, and there were a bunch of rednecks were going to be there. And yeah, I remember seeing videos of helicopters hovering next to the Mirage, like, and then like it seemed like somebody was like in a turret, and like people, if you watch like videos of people that were on there that were there, they were like, yeah, we saw helicopters everywhere, like the sounds of helicopters and things like this. So like it it makes more sense that somebody got up in a helicopter with a minigun and just like did a couple sprays down into the audience near the trajectory of the Mirage Hotel.
I do want to say that it sucks that politicians banned bump stocks over something that wasn't even related. Like, probably was a machine
Trump.
gun. Yeah, it was Trump.
Yeah.
Donald, give me my bump stock back.
Yeah. You communist pig. You authoritarian, you anti-gun Democrat.
No, I'm not pointing this out at Trump, because honestly, if the Republican Congress put a pro-gun bill in front of Trump, he would look really bad if he didn't sign it. So he probably would. So it's probably not his fault. It's probably Congress's fault for being a bunch of dickwads who should give us the Hearing Protection Act, repeal the NFA, give us our bump stock back, repeal the Hughes Amendment from Ronald Reagan days so that I can have machine guns again. These are all the things that you Republicans who say Second Amendment don't even know the details of, will do nothing about, and actually hate us. So the majority of you Republicans suck, and you should actually support Second Amendment, which means machine guns for everybody.
Machine guns for everyone.
Machine
Tanks
guns
for
for
everyone. If you want to buy an M1 Abrams tank and roll down the street like Killdozer to get your latte,
like
your
an
soy
American,
latte,
like an
and
American,
made by a blue-haired TDS liberal, like this lady that we're about to see.
I do think this is it's like we're close to Killdozer Day. Happy Killdozer Day. I'll forget. I think it's this month, or maybe it's next month.
She identifies as hers. Factory reset didn't work. Right in the non-binary.
That was Conspiracy Corner.
Yes, sir. Conspiracy Corner here on Liberty Tonight. Do it again next week.
The transaction.
That's a cheap way to transition.
We got B or not B coming up right after this. And then Culture Couch.
Straight in the
liberal freak out. See how far we can get tonight. All right.
Right in the who knows what.
All right. Yeah, this is Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps, every Thursday, 9 to 11 Central. If you're new here, hit that follow button. Earlier, we had a Rumble rant from a new listener, C. Sondij Giroth. Gave us $5. New listener, first time view, love the show. Thank you so much, and I hope you're still hanging out with us. If you're new, just like him, we beckoned him forward. Pay tribute to your king. This is Liberty Tonight. Let us know you're here, and we really appreciate it. And yeah, so we are going to do B or not B. We also do not have an intro for this one, so B or not B. All right.
I'm gonna do some sick beats.
All right. I'll explain the show. This is a participation segment. So in the chat, I'm going to read 4 headlines. They could all be true, they could all be false, they could all be a mix. And it is your job to say that is a true or false, or B, as in Babylon B story, or not a B story. Fun part is Brian also does not know, and he will be guessing along with you. So get those fingers ready for the chat. I'm gonna read the first story. You tell me true, false, or B or not B. All right, you ready, Brian?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Scientists accidentally send fart sounds through world's first quantum communication machine.
I don't know.
All right, is that true or false? Scientists accidentally send fart sound through world's first quantum communication machine.
Dude,
That's true or
you
false?
made this up. This is false.
Brian thinks it's false.
False.
Is true, false, false, true.
Let's do it.
All right. I got you, Fiery. This is false.
Oh yeah.
This is false.
Nailed it.
There are concepts of quantum entanglement where they can seem to have send messages through. And I thought it'd be funny if somebody accidentally sent a fart sound through a quantum entanglement machine. All right. So I got some of you. I got some of you.
Sure.
Brian, what?
Internal distress is not funny.
Definitely not something funny to use on a CERN machine. All right. Story number 2, B or not B. Mayor wants to eliminate city's homeless population by giving them all the fentanyl they want.
Oh, I saw
True
this.
or false? Mayor wants to eliminate the city's homeless population by giving them, quote, all the fentanyl they want. So he wants to mass murder homelessness and his, I mean...
Hey, we're all
be
thinking
effective.
it. We're all thinking it.
What do you think, Brian? True or false? B or not B?
I'd say if this was libertarian, this would be tested product that would have liability and they'd be safe to use, and it wouldn't be as concentrated as a dose or as addictive probably. So it'd be better, right? But I think this has happened. I think this is true.
Yeah. This is true. Yes, this is true. This did make kind of sort of headlines, so I was like, maybe people remember, but it was earlier in the week. But this is true. It was a California mayor at a city council. He clarified that he was just speaking rhetorically, but I mean, there doesn't take a lot of fentanyl to kill somebody, so maybe he's onto something. All right. Story number 3. Junior White House staffer double parks Trump's Tesla, gets president's car temporarily booted. Did a junior staffer in the White House take the Tesla for a joyride and get it booted in D.C.?
True.
Junior White House staffer double parks Trump's Tesla, gets president's car temporarily booted. Do you think this is true or false?
I think it's true. I also think that the cops in D.C. were being vindictive and negative. Like, they're probably doing it on purpose when they didn't need to.
and then the traffic cop keys the car too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Brian thinks it's true. Growth, Fire Waco, Quest. This is false. I made this up. I made this one up. Yes, I haven't seen the Tesla since he bought it, but it sounds like something that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last question here or headline. I am crushing it tonight. All right. True or false, B or not B? Police call Florida man and trained MMA fighter to take care of 8-foot alligator. True or false? Did the police call a Florida man and MMA fighter to take care of an 8-foot alligator?
True.
All right. Brian says true. What about the chat?
Anytime you
What do you
say
guys
Florida
think?
man, I
Did the
think
police
it's
go,
true.
Let's bring the Florida man in. We don't want to deal with this. All right. Fiery says true. This is true, and all the others were true. True. Yes, it's the Florida man. Like I should have said some other man. Anything that we say Florida man does, everyone's gonna believe because the Florida man does everything. So this one was true. Yes, he's a trained MMA fighter, and I took this out, but he is also an alligator wrestler professionally.
I saw a tweet weeks ago that was like, who would win, Bigfoot or the Florida man if they fought each other? And the response was, my fears that they would breed.
Yeah.
They'd be likely to breed together. That's the big problem.
There we go.
That
was B or not B.
And
we're gonna do a quick transition, and we got Culture Couch coming up next.
This is Culture Couch, but first, this is Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. You can go get your Gulf of America merch over at the Ford Liberty shop. Go do that and support the country. You're going to need a beach towel, a onesie, and a bathing suit, some board shorts maybe before summer hits full time. Now over to
Be with me in spirit at the Gulf while I'm there filming King on the Beach. I will feel your presence if you have one of these beach towels and acting like you're at the Gulf of America.
Next up, Culture Couch. Okay, so Quest Fanning says we got a large Gulf of America towel. That's awesome. Thank you, Quest. And Fire Your Waco's asking a question about the Bobs, but I'm not the expert to answer his questions.
The lady that I interviewed earlier, I don't have a conspiracy about those. I do believe, upon my close inspection in person, they are real. So don't worry about that.
So, for those who are tired of Western dating and haven't found their spouse yet.
No, I disagree.
О, нет, нет. Гендеров не
Нет.
Два. Only two genders.
Конечно.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Два.
Ты said yeah. One.
The body count, so
Two.
low.
Нет, нет.
Oh no, never.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
What do we say, chat? Do we
Yes.
do we think this is a trend overall with Eastern European women, or did they cherry pick these?
I think that you should go to Russia over most Western women. So, like, I'd say that not all, though. You want someone with an American values and also very conservative. Those exist. They're just, you're not going to find them on Tinder in New York City, LA, Chicago, Miami. Not that I'm the expert, but I'm pretty sure that that's the wrong way to do it. Do you have any
Maybe
advice?
Moscow.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
Moscow.
Leningrad.
Do you have any advice for young single men in our audience, King?
Yes. I am your king, I'm your sovereign, and I am, in a way, a mentor for all young and powerful men up and coming in this world. Like what Brian said, your perfect woman is not going to be on those Tinder sites. You need to go where these women frolic. They're going to be a solid woman. She's going to be in the organic section at Walmart. She wants to buy organic, but she's also price conscious. You want somebody who's caring, who's loving, who is nice to animals, and also get their body count before you do anything else, because that's going to be an indication of what's going on here. So, fellas,
I could do the reverse so easy. Like if you're a nice young single lady and you want the top shelf man, so easy. First of all, you don't go near the internet. You go to a long range shooting range, and you join
it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, you join the club, and you go there on Saturdays, and you just take applications. You just sort through the entire pile of applications. They're like, oh, you're perfect father material. You make a ton of money, and first date's going to be at the Five Seasons, and it's a steak dinner, right? Like, you get your pick. Just you could go to a woodworking hobby shop. You go to a target shooting competition. Just all men doing a hobby on a Saturday morning.
Sit out like Christians protesting an abortion clinic. Sit outside of the You Pick auto yard and watch the men come and go, and just pick one that you like. He's going in there, pulling a radiator or an alternator out of a car and going back home and fixing his. Don't you think that could lead to skills and values that you would find attractive. Yeah, to Brian's point, out of a gun range, maybe the local boat ramp where men are pushing their skiffs off to go fishing.
Oh yeah, you just walk up saying I would like to go fishing today on a local boat ramp. It's so easy, guys. It's for girls interested. Like just go where there's all men on a Saturday morning doing something, like some kind of hobby, and you're set.
Yes, this is good advice for the ladies watching this show because I know there's a ton of you right now.
Yeah, and stay I bet there's zero. I bet there's zero right now. It's just stay off the internet, ladies. The internet is not for you.
That's right.
It's for us, liberty lovers.
Hell no!
That's where you are now. That's where I am. That's right. Everything there is right.
Oh man, content creator.
That's so true. The Midwest. People in the Midwest, they're so casual about their hurricane or their tornadoes.
Here in Kentucky, I experienced quite a few tornado warnings.
Mountain line.
This place is
What? Oh man, these content.
Was there anything wrong about that? I thought it was a perfect Culture Couch video. We got the whole United States. I thought all of them were very accurate.
Yeah, I thought they were fantastic.
Those regions are definitely there. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Was that a proper cat video to showcase America?
I'd say that if you're going to go visit America and you're from somewhere else, you just skip the mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming qualities to going to visit Connecticut, New York City, New Jersey, DC. Yeah, you can skip all of that whole area. I've been to 48 states, and I'd skip the Mid-Atlantic for sure.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, that is the Culture Couch. Do we have one more in the Culture Couch?
Yeah, one more.
One more in the Culture Couch. Here we go, guys.
This is for our Asians.
How to distinguish Asian languages. Again, Mandarin Chinese sounds like spaceships getting shot. 小九长叔叔手最起再见表表. Vietnamese sounds like cranky rubber bands. Korean sounds like a whiny machine gun. 이렇게 제 각도기 어떻게? 하루 다른 비빔밥이랑 도시락을 다 갈았어. Thai sounds like a robot with arthritis. Japanese sounds like a dramatic keyboard. And Filipino sounds like a Spanish motorcycle. Ang problema ay bawang, pero gusto kumain ng puto. Dapat patayong lumipad ng bisikleta.
For my untrained Western ear, yeah, that's actually helpful. That I get that.
I wonder, like, what the reverse of this is of European languages. Like, I want to hear the basically that guy make that same video, but for like French, Spanish, English, German.
Yeah, that would be good. He probably has.
He probably has. We should find it for next week.
That was Culture Couch. Thank you, everybody, for that. And this is Liberty Tonight,
where freedom never sleeps.
Yeah, we are here every Thursday, 9 to 11 Central, for your entertainment. This Liberty Tonight where Freedom Never Sleeps. It's like a variety show. It's like a late night show. It's like late night with David Letterman, but we also do skits and all kind of fun stuff and do contests and all this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for joining. I am King Libertarian at King Libertarian on X. I have been blessed by the Elon Twitter gods, and I'm now finally getting some freaking engagement. So go over there, give me a follow, and we have Brian Piotr here as well. We're on the For Liberty Network.
Like Elon said that my idea was genius the other week, and
Yes.
I don't know how many years I can hold on to that as a pinned comment. So
yeah.
you go
Yeah,
for
so yeah, Elon Musk called Brian Piotr a genius.
Yeah.
He retweeted
Can't take
or
that away from
reshared
me.
one of my replies to him. It was Milton Friedman. You know, I made a pedophile joke that we went over on the beginning of the show, went million viral. Thanks to you guys for liking it, for getting the humor. And this video is hilarious.
In and Out.
So there-
I miss In and Out. They need to open up somewhere near me sometime soon.
Yeah, they do. It's good stuff.
Those steak
but
and
yeah,
shake.
If
Steak
people
and
haven't
shake.
seen, yeah, if people haven't seen, typically it's the guy trying to eat as slowly as the woman. So she did this whole meme, kind of like TikTok trend in reverse, and yeah, she was freaking dying. And it is so weird. I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, yeah, he's just eating. And after I was in the military, it got worse because they make you eat really fast, and people would be like, dude. Like you're done in like 10 minutes. The entire entree, you just wolfed it down. He's like, "What's up, girl?" Like you're really taking this down. Oh man. Well, we after this is America the Beautiful.
We do have an intro for this, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
We don't have.
We
an
have it
intro
for liberal
this one.
freakouts.
So this is America the Beautiful, everybody. What are you doing with your life? What could you be doing? You could be doing content like this guy. He's doing fancy stuff from Walmart.
Let y'all listen to it. You ready? Oh, you hear that right there? And look here. I don't know
Look
how
here.
you're supposed to eat this, but anytime you mess with caviar, it almost seems like you're supposed to be fancy. Like with your pinky turned out like that right there. And if you eat this, you're supposed
This
to have a
guy's
friend.
internet famous
and his
for
name's
this.
supposed to be, I'd imagine it had to be Roberto. Yeah, that's right, Roberto. Anyway, look here. Get your friend Roberto and go ahead and open it up like that right there. Look here. I don't know.
This is Americana right here.
Oh my lord. That's fancy. Oh, that is so fancy. All right, here we go.
This could be you guys.
We finna get pinkies out. We finna get fancy up in there.
Please, if
can
you were
finish it.
listening to this show, go and do a video like this and send it to us, and we will play it on the show.
Look.
Go try something fancy that you never tried before.
All right,
Put it on
Roberto, I know what the
camera.
problem was, man. I know
This
why it
was
didn't
what
taste
makes
quite
America
right.
beautiful.
We forgot to put mustard on it. So here we go,
We
Roberto.
take Europeans'
We're gonna go ahead and get this
beloved
done. First of all,
foods,
go ahead, open
and
the top
it's
on
by
there,
an
like that right
overweight,
there.
possibly obese, very country, very white man. And not only does he disrespect your culture, but then he desecrates it with mustard, all the while being incredibly entertaining. This is what makes America great. This is
Dude,
what makes it beautiful.
you know what the
Giro
biggest-
said fish roe is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
I only eat it on top of sushi, and I can't really taste it, but that's probably nasty.
You know what the biggest crime is for Americans is spending a ton of money and a ton of time making barbecue good and then putting the cheapest, crappiest barbecue sauce on it at the end.
Yeah.
Like that man smoked that brisket for 15 hours and put a labor of love in it, and you just put like corn syrup all over it, ruined it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
Just
that.
eat it.
guys.
Just eat it as is. It's juicy enough. And there is nothing more American and beautiful than Buc-ee's.
Which
A buffet. I love seeing people go for the first time.
I've been to Buc-ee's in like 7 or 8 different states. It's a wonderful American institution.
There's a soda fountain station. There's food. There's merchandise. This place is bigger than a Walmart. This place honestly feels like a Target. We got Buc-ee's swim trunks, long sleeves, short sleeves, tour shirts. There's a
It is a wonderful place.
For those of you that don't know, you're going to save 20 cents a gallon on gas where they've got 200 pumps and it's crazy. But then you're going to spend $50 guaranteed in the shop.
Easily. Minimum 50.
Minimum. You're going to buy a brisket sandwich for $12. You're going to get some weird fudge. You're going to get
fitting room
t-shirts.
At Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
This is a gas
And
station.
here's
There's a fitting room.
Here's the thing.
There's a hunting area here.
Is that
if there was an apocalypse and I
you
had to
go
be
in
trapped,
there and they post all of the rates of what they pay people, and if you're the manager of the store, like you're making good money. So and the thing about Buc-ee's, they put them in underserved areas where there's like a food desert essentially, or like a services desert. So it creates this little pocket of jobs for all these people right off a highway, and they like really pay these people well. So you know what, I'll pay $12 for a delicious brisket or $15 for some beaver nuggets.
And they're known for
beaver nuggets.
They put up billboards that are like that say next stop 160 miles away. You can hold it.
Yeah,
it's really funny. It's really
good
funny.
Yeah, they have very good marketing. Yeah, they said like one of them was like beaver nuggets girl dinner, things like that. Yeah, growth. Yeah, well, you read my mind. Yeah, it's beaver nuggets. It is a glorious place. If in the chat, have you been? If you haven't been, do you want to go? I highly recommend it. It's an experience. It's part of America now, and it's what makes America beautiful.
Yeah, here's the next Americana video. Work 1 week for free, 1 week paid vacation. She picked the 1 week paid vacation. Oh, good thing she doesn't speak English.
Illegal cheap labor. Oh, I guess that what used to make America beautiful. Now she's deported. Deported.
Here's Americana. For those of you who are interested in what the rest of the world thinks, here's a U.S. American store in Dubai.
See what they think we eat. Before we go into the snacks, is it just me, or did we never have individual flavored packs of Sour Patch Kids? You can buy peach, blue raspberry, grape. But my favorite is they actually do have Pop-Tarts, but they are unfrosted Pop-Tarts. That sounds like a crime. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Look, they have like a condiment tray of Oreo spread, Nutella spread, M&M. Oh my God, is that Oreo spread? Guys, they have better food than we have in the U.S. They have M&M protein bars. They must think we are absolutely delusional. Do you want to see what's in this drink counter? Is this Cinnamon Toast Crunch iced coffee? The rest of the world must think we are absolute nut jobs. But really, the worst part of all this for me is the prices. The fact that it's actually cheaper here in Dubai for U.S. snacks than it is in the U.S. What do these places think of us, man? Because it can't be good.
No, it's not good. And it's kind of for a good reason.
What do you think, chat? Did we represent ourselves well around the world, being a beacon of consumerism and overeating and diabetes? That's starting to export now. We don't export anything. China exports all manufacturing. We export a culture that makes RFK's head spin.
We make bombs.
Yeah, we make good bombs.
And we export those like nobody's business at full speed. Next day delivery.
Yeah.
And we're gonna blow up that $10,000 dirt hut with a $2 million missile. So, yeah, that's
it.
America.
So, America. Yeah. Coming again and save the motherfucking day. Yeah. He's going west on Daca Street.
hormone
That
blockers to
was
become the other
America the
gender?
Beautiful.
I would absolutely support them to get hormone blockers. The idea of one of my granddaughters learning that they're going to start having their period if they don't get their hormones blocked, even though they're identifying and portraying as a male. How horrible that would be. So yes, definitely.
If your granddaughter came to you and wanted to get a tattoo, what would you say?
That would be more difficult. I always told my 3 sons the one thing I ask is please don't get tattoos.
Really? Why?
Hormone blockers, sure. Tattoo, I don't know about that, guys.
Yeah, the tattoo's permanent. Stunting your growth and delaying puberty. That doesn't have any long-term health effects.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure your son's member is going to be quite fine, when you restart his puberty.
Okay.
What is this disconnect? What is it about the liberal mind that breeds irrationality?
No, it's just programming.
What is this?
She's following the programming. The programming's contradictory, but that doesn't matter. Like the ability to just believe whatever their program is. Good people believe whatever CNN says, and if they say 1 + 1 = 4, 1 + 1 = 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. We're in liberal freakouts.
On to
You got
liberal
the video?
freakouts.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
Okay. This
You got intros.
The first
front and back.
clip up is so hardcore and so offensive to the wrong kinds of people, and that is fat filters. And I love
Donald J. Trump is
absolutely love this video.
So there is a new trend on TikTok, and it is where people are sharing photos of themselves with a chubby filter.
So what?
This is where we're at in 2025. I am so sick of having this conversation again and again. Why is it
Supersize
you people fear fatness so damn much?
They don't. They want to see what they look
Why
like.
is my body, my weight, my size up for conversation all the time? Why is it your greatest nightmare to look like me?
No one's saying
Why
that.
is fatness deemed to be the worst thing anyone could ever possibly be?
Because you're
I'm
intentionally
getting
unhealthy.
so sick of this and the blatant anti-fatness in today's society. It is, it's so hurtful.
Look, honestly, lady, you are addicted to food, and you could deal with rehab. Like you could go to rehab, but instead of methadone, they're gonna give you just water and vitamins.
Yeah, just tell you the fast.
Yeah, you're gonna go in there for 40 days with water and vitamins, and when you come out, you're gonna learn to eat healthy food.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, if you're morbidly obese, yeah, essentially not eating. Like there's people that go like a year without really eating any food, and they just burn all that fat off over an entire year. I mean, that's what essentially like the gastro bypass, right? Like it essentially makes them to a
Yeah.
degree fast.
Do you know what happens when you fast? Your body makes semaglutides.
What are semaglutides? Tell us, teacher.
Those are what other people are injecting into themselves, GLP-1s, because it makes you feel full and you eat less. But instead of paying for the medicine, you could just not eat and then create your medicine from your own body. Crazy idea.
The pain of the hunger is at first is intense, but over time, you kind of just get over it.
No, I'd say that like you don't even have to fast. Like you could just go straight on the carnivore diet and then eat as much as you want, as long as you're only eating meat, and you'll just like blow off all the weight. It'll just all go away. This is the easy way to do it.
Just eat meat if you're fat.
Just eat ribeye all day, every day, and you will lose a ton of weight. Problem solved.
There you go. Ribeye every day.
And
And
you will-
Rose says, I blocked the retarded Malaysian Ian Chung's miles. Yeah. Yeah. I don't particularly care for the mega bots But
I am curious how Ian Miles Chong is so big when he doesn't do anything but copy and paste. He might be the
Yeah.
biggest. He might be the biggest copy and paster. I don't,
yeah,
I don't know who else. Like there are other accounts that will steal content. Like everybody does it. This isn't like, oh no, he copy and pasted. But like that guy doesn't do anything on his own. I feel like he just scans the internet to copy and paste it.
yeah. There's no original content that's coming out from him. Yeah, he's just a
Not even
reposter.
comments.
And he's
Like-
he's such a reposter that I noticed this last week. The same video that Elon Musk shared, my reply to him of the Milton Friedman pencil, Ian Miles Chung uploaded that video, and then Elon Musk retweeted that. So he's shared it twice, and I got. I mean, it's from
You stole it first.
yeah, Free to Choose on YouTube. And then
Yeah.
I reposted it, and then my steal got stolen. Because
But,
yeah,
like, even
that
when
video
you-
is now
so-
in his repertoire.
So the rules should be like I'm allowed to steal whatever I want, but add my own comment to it, right? Then I've created a new comment. Like you quote tweet something or you repost something with your own thing on the top. You're putting a new spin on something, and that is the essence of social media, is like sharing it and twisting it and adding to it. But like Ian Miles Chong, I've never even seen like his own words. I'm not like he just copies other people's words and everything.
He tries to stoke shit from his fortress in Malaysia. Yeah, and then there's that other one like Insurrection Barbie. They were like, yeah, this account had to have been tweeting 400 times a day for the amount of tweets since it was created. But I do notice that just in general, if you do tweet more often, you do just in general get more engagement. So maybe if you just post 400 times a day, it's inevitable. Who knows?
Yes, obviously, to be successful on X, you have to post a lot on X. That's everybody, right? There's like, duh, right? But yeah, it'd be nice if you actually added your own content, made your own content, or like added something about your personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
Quest Fanning says, two of my big mutuals get retweeted a lot. Rothmus, yes. And I reason I say this because Rothmus, I think he follows both of us too, Brian.
Yeah, he
and
shared a link
will
to the
actually share.
Rothmus shared the show today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope he watches. Hope he's one of
Yeah,
the
Rothmus. Yeah, we
watch-
would love to maybe have you on the show and play Be or Not Be with you. Like, can we play with your bee? We got about 5 minutes left in the show. You want to try to wrap up here with the liberal freakouts, and I will think about who is the peasant of the week.
Yeah, let's follow this up.
Tell you the worst thing that you could do right now: speak for that goddamn party. Okay, that party's brand is in such disarray. They have no ideology. The people that are actually governing, like the Josh Shapiro's, the Gretchen Whitners, the Wes Moores, y'all stay in y'all states and keep governing and doing the work.
That's it.
Distance yourself from all of that shit that's going on in D.C. Distance yourself from the party and speak for you.
That's it.
I'm
That's what
sorry,
I love what Josh
Gretchen
Shapiro was doing on
Whitmer's
Friday.
doing work?
He
What
did
is she
for the party.
doing?
He was like, let me tell you what I did.
She's faking
And
like
for
she's
my
going to get
people.
kidnapped.
Yes.
And then what will happen is we'll see you doing that for your people,
That's
and
another
then we'll start
conspiracy
going.
corner
I
one
wouldn't
too.
mind if you
Like,
did that for me.
That's not even a conspiracy. That was proven in court. Like most of those guys got off for entrapment. It was all set up by the feds.
Dude, it was like 17 feds and one guy who's just this retard that came along for the ride. and got- like, that would really suck to go to jail for it and then be like, yeah, there were 17 feds and me.
Yeah, and you're the only guy.
I'm the one pansy that fell for it. Everybody else on the internet that they tried to get to do this was like, no.
And then you look at that and you look at January 6th, and so feds were definitely trying to create this terrorist event so they could use it to for political gains. And then you look at the history of the terrorist plots that have been foiled by the FBI, and most of them were manipulated. They had their own informants baiting these people along, and they would find somebody who was essentially mentally handicapped, wind them up,
Dude,
bait them into saying some extremist things online, and then they would give them a fake bomb and tell them to drive here, and that we will pick you up, and then they essentially send them into a trap and get busted.
This is what I think when I see anti-Semitism on X or Gab or anywhere is like 9 out of 10 of you are feds.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I feel like 9 out of 10 of you guys saying this crazy stuff at me for some reason, you guys are working for the FBI.
Yeah, the Groypers, they glow hard for me.
Yeah, the Groypers get paid by me through my taxes somehow, for sure. It sucks.
Grok, how much U.S. aid money went to Groypers?
Most of it.
And you haven't seen
Most
the
of
Patriot
it.
Front. Their funding got cut.
Yeah, Patriot Front went away.
They weren't getting that U.S. aid money.
Now, Patriot Front was a weird one because I think everybody on both sides of the aisle knew that these were feds. Like they're all fit in uniform. This isn't
Brand
America.
new.
Like,
Yeah.
There's no average guy in America who's fit, and then you put like 100 average guys together, and there's no fat guys. No.
Yeah.
No, sorry guys. It's because
I've seen white supremacists, and they're not all the most fit guys. They don't all look like, American History X. We have the one last legendary video for the night, and then we will come back with my peasant of the week, and then Brian will.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
It is.
Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this? Hop in the car. Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off me.
What a champ.
Ta-ta, farewell.
I hope that I can get arrested in such a respectable manner.
Yes, he is a legend forever for that. Absolutely. Well, thank you, everyone. We had a great time here on the show with you all. Welcome to us back greatly. We had a great. We were above 20 people all night, which is a great count for us. So we appreciate everyone coming tonight. We are Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Send it out on links. Rumble.com/Liberty Tonight. We can go follow us there. And for whoever was on X, you faceless creatures, come over to Rumble next time and give us a lucky here. So every week I pick a peasant of the week, somebody from my flock who excelled, who really impressed me with something they did. And so like employee of the month is peasant of the week. And this week it is Dez, the lady with the big naturals at the beach, who was so nice and gave us
I want to give an honorary mention to my personal fed who's probably watching this and taking notes. You're up late at night on the East Coast. I'm probably paying you time and a half. Thank you so much, Fed, for watching Liberty Tonight.
You get the Brian Award, and Dez from Navarre Beach, she gets the Peasant of the Week. You are Peasant of the Week. Oh, and she is the Peasant of the Week because I didn't put that in the video, but they essentially are very close to federal workers, and they may get cut, but they were still Trump supporters. They knew that this had to happen to get the country right. So, Peasant of the Week to Dez from Navarre. All right, Garoth, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Brian, take us out. Thank you
all. This is Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. I live in Kentucky now. I'm very happy to see the quality of our show just got upgraded with our new internet. Love you all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.